What's bonking, guys? Today I am playing Ark again. So, yeah, I know some of my friends are wanting more Ark, and, I wanted to talk about it because I have a pretty decent backlog of Ark clips to use, so I figured, may as well make a video, plus these are easy to make, so, it's a little lighter on me while I'm working, so... yeah, if you're going to talk about it. So, the gameplay you'll be seeing right now, this is a continuation of my 10th day, I believe it was, on, or was it my 20th? I think at this point it's my 20th. I can't remember. It's either the 10th or the 20th. Okay, it's the 10th. So, this is the continuation of my 10th day on Scorched Earth. You guys saw the first 15 minutes last time. This time, I will show you the next 15 minutes. Depending on how much I cut down the video, though, I might end up squeezing in the third 15, in which case this will be 30 minutes, and then I'll leave 15 minutes for the next one with whatever else I plan to add. We'll see, because there might be a lot of nothing in here. I don't quite remember. But, yeah. So, one thing I did want to talk about, I got Ark Survival Ascended because it's free on PlayStation. So, if you have PlayStation Plus, you better go get it. It's the free game for this month, so... And what, today's like actually no, you have a little bit of time. It's like the 20-something, I don't know, 20-something. I don't keep track of the days, but, your time to get it is running out, so definitely do try and get it quick. And if any of you guys get Ark Survival Ascended, I'd be more than happy to play with you. I'm sticking with Evolved for now. I will preface that. I am not going to play Ascended, because I've already started on Evolved, and I want to play every map on Evolved first. However, if you guys want to play, I'd be more than down to play with you guys. Ideally, I'd like to go to the island, but if you wanted to do one of the free maps, maybe, like, I don't think Ragnarok's out yet, but the only thing is I would not like to do Aberration, Extinction, or any of the Genesis yet, because those are later maps, and I want to save that experience. But if you guys want to play, like, the island with me on Ark Survival Ascended, I'd be more than down. So just let me know. It is cross-platform. So, yeah, figured I'd talk about that. Yeah, I'm doing some really cool stuff in, like currently in Ark. I made a new house, and, I'm, like, building a defensive wall around it, and I'm getting ready to tame a bunch of creatures. I'm going to attempt to get a wyvern, so hopefully that goes well. So yeah, definitely look forward to more Ark content. That's why I'm trying to speed through this, so I can get to all the good stuff. So, yeah. So right now you'll see I am killing this jug bug, and this is a pink one, which I mentioned in one of my earlier Ark videos. The pink ones give you oil, not water. So I didn't kill it for the oil. I don't even think I harvested it. I wasn't paying attention, but I don't think I did. I just wanted the chitin from it. So I believe this is because I'm trying to make the Limentria saddle. There was a jug bug there, but I didn't kill it. Probably because they don't give a lot. So yeah, I do believe that's what I'm doing here, because you can see I'm killing the Anki as well. And that's because Ankis give keratin. And keratin and chitin serve the same purpose. They let you, like, craft certain things. So it'll always say keratin/chitin. And, keratin is, I'm sure you guys know, it's what makes up our fingernails and our hair. And so, like, certain animals that have, like, horns and spikes and stuff, you'll usually get keratin from them. And then chitin is, like, a insect exoskeleton. Or in this game, it doesn't even have to be an insect. Like, you can get chitin from scorpions, which are not insects, but yeah. So I'm trying to gather that so that I can make a saddle for my Limentria so I can fly it around. Because currently my only mode of transportation is Monroe, which is great. I love Monroe. But she is a land tame, so, she can only take me so far, so quickly. So that's why I got the Limentria. Oh, and for some reason, this Anki glitched. Like, you can see I'm confused. I'm like, where the fuck did it go? But it's just gone. So, yeah. Oh, and I thought this was cute, because there are these little jerboas on the ground. I love jerboas. I have a huge soft spot for them. They're very cute. Oh, also, another thing. Let me know, guys, what do you think of me speeding up the videos? Like, would you rather me just have long, boring chunks? Do you guys watch? Like, do you enjoy that? Would you rather me fast forward it so that, like, I can get to the better stuff? Or would you rather me just cut it all together? So, like, the boring parts, just get cut out and it skips straight? Like, let me know what you guys like. I like to fast forward it because I feel like skipping it just doesn't feel quite right to me. I figure I'm showing you guys the process just at a heavily sped up rate, but this is for you guys. I've already seen the clips plenty, so, whatever you guys think is best, I can do. Also a minor thing, but there's charcoal in that campfire, and that charcoal I'm using to make gunpowder. So there you can see I'm taking the gunpowder now. You have to mix charcoal with spark powder to make gunpowder, and gunpowder is what you need to make bullets and explosives. So I was kind of trying to farm that, and yeah. Okay, and here I repair my pick, so that's something you can do. When your tools break, you can just repair them. So, you don't have to drop them, and it costs half the original price, like, to repair it, if that makes sense. So, if, like, let's say, like, the hatchet, if I remember correctly, it takes, what is it? I think it's 10 metal ingots, 8 hide, and 1 or 2 pieces of wood. And so to repair it is half of that. So it's 5 metal ingots, it's 4 pieces of hide, and one piece of wood. And if the amount is odd, then I think it just rounds. I think it rounds up, but I can't quite remember. However, another thing I guess I probably should mention is you probably saw how I put the pick in the smithy before I repaired it, and that's because some things can only be made in certain other things, if that makes sense. I may have already explained this earlier, but like there's some engrams that can only be crafted in a smithy. Like, for example, metal tools. Like, you can't craft them on your own. You need a smithy or an RG, which RG saddles have a smithy built in, so you can use that. And so then same thing to repair. So if your hatchet breaks, you have to put it into, well, if your metal hatchet breaks, you have to put it into the smithy to repair it. If it's a stone hatchet, you can just repair it in your own inventory. And now I'm going to collect my direwolf. And there he is. So, not a high level, unfortunately, only 44, but it's something. Better than nothing. And here's something, as you can see, my wolf is helping me, but also the wild Anki is helping the other Anki. So, if I haven't already explained that, or if you haven't already seen it yourself, wild animals will defend their kind. So if you're fighting one Anki, all the nearby Ankis will help, assuming it's aggressive and or neutral. If it's passive, then nearbys will actually run. So like if you attack one para, all the paras in a certain radius will also run. And here, notice I specifically harvest it with my hatchet, because hatchets gather more hide and keratin and all that, and picks gather more meat. Or, yeah, that is the order. Okay, so now I have enough chitin and keratin to make a saddle, so I'm gathering all my other resources needed, and I'm making sure I have enough, and I guess I don't have enough fiber, so I just go out to harvest some. It's not very hard, especially with a sickle. It's much better than harvesting it with your hands, because when you use your hands, you'll pick up berries as well, but with a sickle, you only get fiber. Or, as you can see, I got a little bit of silk, and that's because I attacked the silk flowers by accident, which doesn't hurt anything. It's just extra silk to have sitting around. And there you go. Now I can take flight on my Limentria. And it was really quick, so you may not have seen, but I've already been saving up like 300 something engram points. So I really don't spend them a lot. In the early game I do, because you need a lot of stuff, but later on, I start to pick and choose what I need and what I don't. And here I'm making more trank arrows so that I can knock out tames better, in order to tame them. Okay, so there we go. I am now on my Limentria, and that's the end of the clip. So we'll see. Depending on how much I shorten it down, I might fit 30 minutes, or it might just be this 115. We'll see. I'm not sure which one I will have chosen yet, but now you can see I'm flying on the Limentria. So I think what I was doing earlier was like I don't want to say dropping stuff, but like increasing my weight, because Limentria, they're only moths and they can't carry a lot. And so the first thing I do is I fly up to this pillar because I think there's crystal up there. There's not, unfortunately. But from what I heard, that's where you get crystal. Well, I guess someone lied to me. But, on the island, you do find crystal up in high locations, on mountains. So I thought, okay, made sense. And so I'm pretty sure that's what you'll see me do for a little bit, is just fly around the pillars looking for crystal. And here's a special kind of explorer note. I can't remember what it's called, but you can see this one's different. I don't know if you've seen me get explorer notes yet, actually. I don't think I've gotten one at this point. But the explorer note is like, it's a record of the story, if you will, and like you'll find them around the map. Okay, so here you can see actually I do have a few. So you may have seen them or maybe not. But it's a record of like story that took place before your character played. So you might be able to hear in the back right now, there is like Helena, the character, she is talking. And so that's what they are, is they're records of the story, and they give you an increase boost, like an XP boost. Like you'll see the green box with the purple arrows. That means I'm getting extra XP, and it gives it to my creature as well. And yeah, so basically that gives you pieces of lore. So like you can get different explorer notes from different people, like Helena. Like on the island, the people are Helena, Mei Yin Lee, I think is her name. Mei Li Yin, something like that. And then Rockwell and Nerva, I think, is the other guy. And they all combined do tell a story just from different people's perspectives. And so that's what I'm collecting when I saw that. But that is a special kind. I don't know what the name is, but most of the time you'll find it in like a little box. It depends on who it is. Like I don't remember exactly what they are, but like I want to say Nerva's is in like a vase because he's like from like the Roman Empire. But like Mei Yin Li, I think hers is like tied up because she's from China, so it's like it's tied up with like Chinese markings on it. If I remember correctly, it's been kind of a while. And then like Helena's and Edmund Rockwell's, theirs might look the same. I can't remember. Again, it's been a while. But that kind I found are special, and those were left by Helena like after she ascended to like a higher form, and that's why they look like techie, is because they're basically made by a higher life form. So it serves the same purpose. It might give you more XP, I'm not sure, but it's it's basically the same as a normal explorer note if you guys have seen any of those. Also, I forgot to mention this, but you may have seen me. Well, no, you probably saw me stop several times. That's because of stamina. If you're on a flyer, once your stamina runs out, you'll just aim towards the ground and start very slowly descending, and it's honestly agonizing. So I stop to replenish my stamina, so that I can continue going. Fortunately, it won't just kick you off your flyer. That would be extremely unfortunate. So it doesn't do that, but still, you don't want to run out in midair, mid-flight. Okay, so here you can see I have 368 engram points, it looks like, and the vast majority of the engram the vast majority of the engrams I have not learned. So that's not necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. From what I've heard, you're supposed to like save them, but if you see something you like, you can by all means spend them. It doesn't really matter. And some of the things I don't have now, I will come back and get later. So like I got an assault rifle down there because that'll be useful for later. But like certain things, like for example, I skipped Adobe. I didn't see a reason in learning Adobe, But later on, like really recently, like a few days ago, I went back and I learned Adobe. Okay, and there you can see my jerboa is acting up because a storm is coming. Okay, so honestly, I ignored it in this clip. I don't know if I didn't realize it or what, but my jerboa is, it's acting crazy. You can see it's like wagging its, well, it's like lowering down and it's like moving its ears. Hopefully it'll show it again. So that's my jerboa telling me that a storm is coming. Now I can't remember what storm that is because there's 4 storms and you've got to memorize like all of them. So I just have a guide. I'll put it on the screen. It's actually a screenshot from a different YouTube video. So I can't remember who the YouTuber was, but if I remember, I'll credit him. But yeah, so your jerboa will do certain movements. I think I already explained this, depending on the storm. So you do want to pay attention. I left my jerboa home because I was paranoid about it dying since it's pretty fragile. But I got caught in a few too many sandstorms, so now I carry it with me. But I'm very careful because, yeah, as I said, fragile jerboa. Okay, so you probably just heard it. Yep, and then there. Again, I'm ignoring it, but you might hear it. So if you didn't notice, what I just did there was I jumped into the water to refill my water bottle. Because what I'm using is a water skin right now, which is pretty bad. It drains water constantly, so they're not ideal, but it's the only thing I had. I didn't have any crystal yet, so I couldn't make a water bottle. Okay, there you go. Now you can see the thunderstorm is starting. So either the jerboa was like either I could tell that this was only a thunderstorm because maybe I looked at a guide, or I just wasn't paying attention. But the jerboa was telling me the whole time. That's what that sound was, and that's what that like little movement was. Now a thunderstorm isn't really bad. I don't know if I realized that by this point. The only storm you really need to look out for is the sandstorm. You don't want to get caught out in those because it slows you down a shit ton, and it drains your stamina. So it's fucking stupid. Like I was on my bird, I was on my RG. I didn't do anything. I wasn't walking, but it drained my stamina, and then it constantly fills your inventory with sand. So sandstorms are not ideal. Heat waves can be a little bit annoying just because it's really like stupidly fucking hot, but it's not a big deal. Also, that's the only time phoenixes spawn. So if you're interested in taming a phoenix, you need need a heat wave. And then rain and thunderstorms, as far as I know, don't do anything. I've heard thunderstorms can affect your generators and like your electrical stuff, but I'm not far enough in the game to know that for certain. And you'll notice that I'm carrying a lot of things on my Moralitops. That's because you never know what you might need. So I like to carry a lot of things on my travel mount. You'll notice that especially with my RG. My RGs, I always have carrying a lot of shit because you never know when you'll need it. So that's why Monroe is carrying a lot of things, like even meat. Monroe is an herbivore, so she won't eat the meat. But I have her carry the meat so that I can use it to tame a carnivore in a pinch, like what I did with the dire wolf. And then even with my RG, which is a carnivore, sometimes I'll carry crops with it. I usually don't, just because you don't need to tame a lot of herbivores in the game, unless I'm seeking out an herbivore. But sometimes I'll carry herbivore food. But also later in the game, you can just carry kibble. But do be careful, because I've lost kibble from putting it into a dino's inventory, and the dino gets hungry and eats the kibble. Worst fucking thing ever, because it's a complete waste. But definitely once you can make kibble, do make it. I can't yet because I don't have any eggs. I have not gathered any eggs. I guess all the creatures I have are males. I might have... I know Monroe lays an egg. I can't remember if she already has at this point in the story or later. Yeah, like I don't have any eggs at this current point, like the clips you guys are seeing, so I haven't made any kibble yet. That's something I probably should do, is hunt down, you know, female dinosaurs so I can get eggs. But I've been pretty lazy, and yeah, I just haven't yet. Here's another thing you'll notice. Learn from my mistake. While I was in my house, the whole time I had a little fire icon down at the bottom, and I was dying. So I didn't quite realize. Like I noticed that was happening, but I didn't know why. So turns out every resource you can build a house out of, except for thatch and adobe, will kill you. The heat will literally cook you alive. So build your house out of adobe. I didn't know that. I didn't do that. That's why I built my new house recent, was because I wanted to move to a different location, but also I found out that adobe actually helps against the heat. So pro tip on Scorched Earth, just use thatch or use adobe. Anyway, that is now the end of the clip. So that is the first 45 minutes out of my 10th day on Ark. So yeah, hopefully, as long as all went well, you guys have just seen 30 minutes of it condensed. And then the last 15 minutes will be for the next video. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time.